Hey there. Oh, you're in early. Oh, God. Can't read that name. Sorry, man. I'll just go with X. Well, that works perfectly. Your avatar and the start of your... God, that's a name. Where are you from? God, that's a different alphabet. Yeah, that's beyond me. But thanks for the howdy, and thanks for the hello. Let's see here. We'll get started. Well, the 29. I usually start 2 or 3 minutes after. We'll give people a few minutes to get over here. Where's this link here? Oh, get a shareable link. There we go. Okay. We'll start in a minute or two. Greece. Oh, okay. Christos. Oh, okay. It's the alphabet. All right, I recognize your name. You've been with us. I've seen you on. Yeah, I think you've been in our Discord for a while. I just didn't recognize it when you went whatever that. Shit, that's quite an alphabet. When you're changing alphabets, right? That's when I give up. Let me get that out of here. Okay, we'll get started in a minute. Price action across the stock indexes is, to me, I can't get any more bullish. Drive it down pre-announcement. Jesus. Now, there's no guarantee, right? But it sure does look like that's what's happening. A lot of accumulation. Oh, right. I mean, the question is, it's 25.50, or I say all of it's, it's at least the 25 is factored into the market. It's going to be what he says. 2, 3 before the end of the year. Hey, Modern. How's it going, man? Person turquoise waving. All right. Like that. Have the regs in. It's kind of a weird day. Whose great idea was it to do these live streams on Wednesdays? It's either the Fed or meetings or the FOMC. I picked a bad day. But here we are. Now, if the market gets surprised here, it could get ugly. I don't think anybody's expecting to be surprised. If anything, it's going to be anticlimactic. But there will be volatility. We can count on that. Okay, what do we got? 2. Let's go ahead and start. All right, am I ready? What do I got here? I think I am. All right, let's get rid of this disclaim. Okay, all right, so we got an interesting mix. I had to nudge a little bit to get some guys to post, which I understand, right? Everybody's kind of waiting. All right, let's get the fucking Fed news out of the way. Okay, so here, now this is, so this is from a member of my team. This is George. And he loves to dig in this kind of stuff, right? This is... I mean, this is beyond me, all right? Like, I look at this and go, oh, hell no. But, he loves this stuff, right? He'll dig in and find some obscure combo here. This is Max against Wrapped Solana, which apparently has to be purchased with Solana. If anybody's interested in this, he's posted how to buy it and how to go through it within our Discord. It is in the paid section. But I think if you have just the minimum option, you can get access to this. Now, what's interesting here is how technical it is. So this is kind of a weird combo, but look how nicely technical this is. So just to draw it out here, here's our impulse. Right now we've got an A, we've got an expanded B, and then we're coming down to C in this diag. So very technical. Now, are we done yet? We're in the pocket. So if you're, this kind of thing, would I go heavy here? No. Well, let's get down here. We see we got a golden zone here, and there's a couple of different scenarios that he's offering up here. Right? Would you want to buy into that? Right into that? Well, probably not. Right? So you might. No, here, let me get a line here. So things you want to look for. Do we have a liquidity sweep? Yes. We getting displacement? Yes. Does that look like it's done? Well, if that's the B, it's not great, right? Now, to me, right? Again, to me, a chart's a chart. I could care less what the asset. It's truly, I do not care. So when I look at something like this, go, am I going to trade this? No. But I love that George digs this stuff out for members that like this kind of stuff. But if I'm looking at this, I'm not. I need to see something happen, right? Remember, this is so common, right? I do this a lot just to reinforce it, right? We get a swing, we're just like, oh God, that's the pivot, right? I'm sure that's it. Oh shit. Well, that wasn't it. Oh, this one's it. I'm sure that's it. Oh, that's got to be it. Right? Until something breaks, there's no you're just trying to pick the turn, which there's absolutely no reason ever to do it. The risk is never worth it. It's never worth it. Where do you want to get this? Right here or up here, right? So we get so caught up in that, well, but if I buy it way down here, my risk is going to be lower. Well, you can probably talk yourself into that. I mean, here's a 2-hour chart. I probably wouldn't go near this until we break that pivot. You got to do something. Oh, shit. Hang on, guys. No matter how many times I tell my wife, Wednesdays, 11:30 to 1:30, I still get a call, but not an emergency. Okay, so again, like this would be especially kind of a thing, right? You got to be into digging around for this kind of stuff. Now, for all I know, right, this is drop dead simple to buy. Oh, we got a little hottie up here as well. What is she doing? What is she holding in her hand? Oh, I can't tell. It looks like she's about to strangle someone. Okay, right. Do you want to buy this again? I would wait. His work here is excellent, right? He's nailed every pivot. But this is the kind of thinking you get into. Well, if I buy it down here and I put my stop under the low, okay, again. But how are you confirming the low? A serious question. How do you know that's the low? How do you know we're not just going to roll over again, right? We're just going to do this and then do this and then do this, right? You don't know. There's no knowing, right? And even if we do this, there's still no knowing, but at least you've improved the odds, right? If we come back down, oh, okay, I got something to work with. So might again, for those of you that like to trade the, what am I going to call this? Esoteric, obscure? I don't know. Maybe it's not obscure. That's not something I would do, but again, that's why I like George, right? Because he thinks differently. 2, he digs for this kind of stuff for the members, right? I would never find this. I would never have the time to go dig that out, but he does. So for those of you that are into this, want to dig for, this is probably the $6 million market cap. It only takes one of these to really run, and it's a home run ball. So, right, again, this would be less for those of you that are watching the stream, and for members, for paid members here, you can get in digging if you wanted to. I don't even know what that is, right? So if that's the address. Again, he's left instructions on how to buy it. Okay, so with that said, thank you for posting that, George. I'm going to move off because that's so specialized. Oh, shit, it's over my head. Okay, race car K-Pack. He's looking at hype. This is getting a lot of hype. So let's look at it, right? How's it look technically? Okay, so I got a couple of guys that really like to do it this way. I'm glad you posted race car, because I think I gave you a bad count last week. I think you had a 535 leading diag, and I think I overcorrected you on that, as I recall. I think it was yours, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, let me just change this. Somebody gave me a little brain fart. It happens, Okay, all right. So here we go. This is hype to the. So we're over on BitGet. They used to be a sponsor of ours until we weren't allowed to work with them for U.S.-based clients. Okay, so we've got are we in log scale? Yes, we are. Do we need to be in log scale? Right. First question: Do I need to be in log scale? Well, 4 times the range. That's pretty much, yeah. But it's always a good idea to look in both, right? Because there's some times where if you take it out of log scale, you're like, well, fuck, I can't. I have no idea. it distorts everything, right? And it distorts to your eye, which is what makes it the most dangerous, right? So you really have to be careful of it. So we can look here and go, okay, so now I'm out of log scale. I'm going to go back into it. But if I can do the analysis work here out of log scale, I prefer that. 1, 2. Well, I think we're all getting a bit conditioned to shallow twos in crypto, right? Because once they go, the pump is so extreme. So you might look at that and go, oh, that's the 2. That's a daily. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, maybe. Again, another tiny 2. You know, it's changing, right? There's something to be said for, okay, I'm going to wait until I get my, in the 50 to the golden zone, 786, until I get that kind of entry. I'm going to wait for that. And if I don't get it, okay, maybe I can pick it up on the 4. But it's just becoming so commonplace. Particularly crypto or Bitcoin is notorious for very shallow 2s. So I wouldn't move off of this, but you have to recognize this, right? So if we're saying this is the 2, okay, and then we're saying this is the 4. All right, we got to acknowledge that, right? Okay, that's certainly abnormal. This being my 2. The deal breaker? Well, it would make me cautious, right? Just because it's unusual, right? That doesn't mean not to trade it. It just means okay, that's rather a substantial imbalance between the 2 in terms of price and time. Okay, well, is there another solution? That would be my next thought. Well, is there other way to solve this? Because if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, we're getting pretty skewed, right? So, the kind of the cornerstone of a good impulse, right, is we want it to be all self-contained, right? So you get that in the third here. You get that nice tight. Even that 2 is, not ideal, but we can see the 5 that finishes it. So this looks great here. But but it keeps going. So I think what he's doing, what Racecar's doing, is saying, okay, well, if this isn't the 5, these fucking allergies. If this isn't the 5, well, is there another way to solve this? Is there? What are we looking for? We're looking for a 3 up here. Well, one thought is, do we have the right tool here? Oh, he's locked this. So let's see if I go original. Okay, so why would he have gone to a shift? Well, there's a pretty good reason, right? Where the angle is too extreme. I think I'm gonna put that back here, but let's consider. Well, at this point, you probably go to a modified shift. Now, it's not going to make much difference. Remember, a modified shift is just a channel. So just for kicks here, let's hide that just for a second. See if we can make any sense of it without that, and just work off of the channels, right? That dictate so much of good Elliott, right? So okay, I've got good channeling here. Here's a break. Okay, that's not a account killer. Let's push this off for a second. I would check here, right? Now we're getting, what are we on here? BitGet, we get enough history here. Now let's see what he's got below. All right, so we got an Elliott oscillator, so we can see the divergence happening over here. This is your big pump wave. All right, that would make sense. So here's the 3, 4, 5, 4. I don't. When somebody posts something, I don't always want to pick it apart and say, here's what's wrong with it. I'm just looking at this going, if I brought that up by itself, is that how I would count that? This is an alternate. Right? Not that there's anything wrong with the way he's counted, but things that you notice here. I think I can get it done over here. Is there a way to get this into a file? Let's go down to a 4. Well, here I am spending a lot of time on the first one. My guys tell me, you spend too much time on the first few. No way to get that. No, you can't get that. So you're kind of stuck with that. But I guess what I'm looking at here, is this... That's an impulse. I'm wanting to put the balance here of this 2, right, in relation to this 4. Can that work? Well, not at first glance. This is the problem child. But you see how this ABC would fit better with this one too? Well, let's see. Let's go to log scale and how he gave it to me. Now what happens here, this is why you got to be careful with this. So all of a sudden that feels better. It looks better. Looks better, right? So all of a sudden the 2 to the 4 doesn't look so bad, right? But that's just because I put in log scale and distorted it. Okay, is that a problem? Well, maybe not. Okay, let's get to the heart right edge. Let's get this back here. What did he give me? Right here. If this is, I got that. If that's the 4. Well, there's no reason not to go with this, given this price action. So really, what are we trading here? We're trading this part of it. So how technical are we? Okay, right? Is this, how do we look here? Is this Al? Of course, right? Duh. Okay, so 1, 2, right? So this becomes, okay, this becomes really a significant pivot. Do I get a 5 out of that? Well, that's not what you want. Oh, God, can we get a diag out of that? That's kind of fucked as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Can't get it. That would have to be ABC. All right. So again, if we're going to apply, work with our Elliott here, that looks like ABC. There's an impulse here. ABC. More impulsive than corrective. That's a 5. So you might have to do it this way. Here, okay, so let's back up. We'll get to the right edge. This is, you know, kind of the sausage making. I'm going to put the 2 over here. This, so let's do it this way here. So we're running flat for that 2. Not saying his is wrong. I'm just, this is what my eye sees. Now let's go up a degree here. You could probably do this as an ABC into an A, B, C. Right? WXY works as well. At the end of the day, does it really matter, right? Is it a 3? Yeah, it's a 3. And we go into an impulse, right? So 1, 2. Let's get this one, right? The third target's already hit, right? So this algo's been paid. Now this looks very 4-ish, right? We stop, right? How do you spot the 4, right? Usually, right, we stop progressing the trend. So we get consolidation here as the market decides, okay, are we gonna lift off? Do we have it? Looks like we have another 1 with a little baby 2. 3, 4, looking for that. Let's go blue here. Channeling, okay, right? So it's a process, right? It's always the same. That's the thing. People are like, God damn, you do this. You do it the same way every time. Good. It means you're paying attention. That's exactly right. It's this. That's the edge. Right? If you don't get that, you miss the point, right? That's why we do it the same way every time. That's what we're teaching you, how to do it the same way every time. That's what gives you edge. Okay, right, so here I'm sitting, okay, if that's my 2, right, again, it's no guarantee, but we can evaluate here. Oh, here we go. All right, so, okay, right in the pocket, good. Now, do I get the 5, right? Now, if I get the 5, what am I completing here? Let's pull that off again and just look at it again. It takes so little time. If that's the 2, I'm not to 100 yet. Now, I'm in log scale. Remember, longer is longer, right? If it's longer in arithmetic, it's longer. So can I get this? Right? Maybe a kick here if we're going to get some sort of pump today. Essentially, possibly, right? But this isn't done. There's another leg down. We're going to this is the pivot that matters. Oh, come here, right? If this is our 1, right, can we stay with an impulse and stay above that? This is already getting a little, whoa. Same thing. This would be your 2. This would be a complex 4. That's getting a little dicier. I'd rather, I'll get off of there. 1, 2. Really would like to see that kick. Yeah, maybe we get it today, right? If the Fed juices it, right? This is getting a lot of attention because it's not bullshit, right? It's got a use case, it's got a utility. It's not some stupid fucking meme coin, right? Which, you know, again, not that people don't make money with meme coins, but how many meme coins are going to be around 5 years from now? 1% of them. Okay, so we can look at this as just consolidation in here, right? Accumulation, right? Working both sides of it. Grab the longs here. Grab, you know, same shit they do over and over again. Taking advantage of the inexperienced. Okay, right? So double fucked here. Breakout shorts, fucked. Breakout longs, fucked. Back to the low, the double here. Probably people trying to short that. Trade it. You know, you're kind of taking a flyer. If you were trying to buy it now, you're a little late to that party. What's your best case, right? So if this is the 4 and we're going to go 1, 2, is that my 3? We got an impulse in there. Maybe. You know, I don't like to go below 60, right? Because then you start to see shit that, you know, Elliott's always going to be most effective 60 minutes and above. Always, 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 always. Did I say always? Always most effective on 60 minutes and above. You see it less. Look, you're going to count that? Well, could you? Yeah. Elliott Wizard could count that. Do I really care about that count? Not really. Is it countable? Yeah, you could count it. Is it useful? I mean, as I look at this, the only thing that matters to me here is, okay, as long as I stay above that, is this an impulse? No. You can't force an impulse there. It's not an impulse. So you come back here and you go, well, maybe it looks better out here. Well, okay, so what's your edge here? You got possibly a 1, 2, right? So the price act, the pattern looks attractive, but you subdivide here, I don't have an impulse. So thus, I look at that and go, okay, well, yes, this is one I want to keep an eye on, but that's not good enough to put money at risk. That's my opinion, right? Don't be confused by that. For all I know, it goes to the roof, but it's shocker. Right, it's always the question: why does it stop here? Why here? There's always a reason. Why does it stop there? If you don't check out, if the first thing if you don't check for Al, that's the first. That should be the very first thing. Oh, but that probably Al. You know, draw your own conclusion, right? I mean, again, how many times have I shown that? 50, 60,000 times. Sooner or later, I would like to think you'll pay attention to it. Remember, it's easy to forget, right? It's always on both sides. All right, so this is, I think, a hold, but I would sure keep it at the top of my A block of crypto that I'm watching, right? That has a use case, right? So I would strongly advise separating bullshit meme coins from utility cases. A place where there's actually, where they're building, where it's infrastructure, or it's a use case, there's utility, and then separate meme coins for when you want to take a flyer on bullshit. I'm not saying you don't make money on meme coins, and people have made gazillions on meme coins. It's just not something I would trade. But maybe I'm a snob. It could be. Steel Swarm. Thanks for that, race car. It's good work. It's a tricky count, right? At the bottom, at the end of the day, that's just a really tricky. Look at all the chopping here. This, right? You can get an impulse here. This is a good impulse. Right? This good impulse here. And you end with a die. Well, it looks like you end with a die. Oh, fuck, actually. Looks like you might have finished that right here. This be A, B, coming into the 4 here. But heads up, right? People buy. They buy into it all day long. They don't know it's there. Okay, let me switch over. ADA, Algo, and Link. Okay, so I got 2 of them here. So this is Steel Swarm. Let me see what he's giving me. Sorry. Hello. Okay, hang on. Steel Swarm. For some reason I'm thinking Steel Swarm is in Europe, but I'm not sure. So, okay, so let's get what we got here. This one is a bit all over the place. Well, yeah, crypto's been a bit like that. Okay, so let me, well, thanks for that nice note. For Algo, next chart, you should be able to open the same link on Discord. And it'll also update, I think. Okay, I'm going to hide that for a second so I can get over here. Bring that back. And I'm going to just, again, this is my habit. Two reasons. One, this is what my brain is used to seeing. And two, I think it shows a little bit better on the live stream. Okay, so what are we doing here? Cardano, are we in log scale? No. Do we need to be in log scale? I think probably. Well, pardon me, we are in log scale. Okay, so this is a bit of a cluster. What's happening here? This is our Fed announcement. Oof. Well, this looks quite good. We got an impulse, we got a correction, right? It's a little complex, but it's a 3. Oof, God, allergies are killing me today. So off the low, are we technical? All right. Probably reasonable to assume if I get that up a little bit. Whoa, talk about leaving some liquidity down here. Oof. Did they get that? Look at that. Wow, that's amazing. Did not get it. Did they? No, they didn't. Nope, nope. Interesting. Look at all the displacement here. So, well, okay, so that's, looks like a front run. God, that's shocking that they didn't sweep it, but, you know, market shocks all the time. Very surprising that doesn't get swept. Okay, so 1, 2, right? Is there something else you would be thinking here? So thus, we have a golden corner. Even though it's not, you know, it's close enough, I'd call that a golden corner. 1, 2, well, oh. Well, you'd have potentially the same problem. Where's the 2? Right, better case here, right? 1, Al again. Hello, Al. 1, 2, whoa, we don't get a 3. Bummer. Now, do we know we have our 80% working for us, right? So if you buy it or sell it. Buy it or sell it. Use case, yeah. It's not a bullshit meme coin. This is the daily. Let's go down to the 4. So it seems he has that nailed down here. Okay, I'm going to hide that just for a second, right, so we can get in here. 1, 2. Oh, do we do it again? It's very possible. That's wick only. So golden, golden. This is how they do it, right? This is a sequence. You know, the wicks are popping just a little bit, right? That's for those that are, you know, again, we're not the number one. I'm not the only one who teaches this. Number 2, or it's not my discovery, right? David Halsey, as I try to remind people all the time, right? People say, well, that all I did was put the 65 on it. So we note here, right, that it's the wick that comes through. Oh, there's probably an order block down here. That's part of that. Well, how do I know that, right? How would I even, I mean, you could do it this way, right? How do I know it, that that's an order block? Because of the displacement, right? Look, oh, right? That's how you know that's muscle, right? Because of the imbalances, fair value gaps, right? However you want to call them. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Another 5, right? It's a little abnormal, but okay. But all right, that flies. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you start to choke a little bit on the number of 1, 2s. Like, oh fuck me, how many 1, 2s are we gonna have? Yeah, eventually you want to see something kick for the 3 just to confirm. Somewhere, right? And we can't get a single third to pop in here. Now that's actually, I mean, that's crazy bullish. This one has to get to a 3. This one has to get to a 3. This one has to get to a 3. And oh, by the way, this one has to get to a 3 with probability that we're up here, that we could be, you know, $4 or $5 in Cardano. What's the key pivot? Right down here, right? As long as this holds, 80% odds. Now, could you do it again? You could, but the range is going to get mighty skinny. Oh, I've got his on there. Come here. Oh, Jesus. Here you go. Right, there's your 80% right here. Boom. What does it run into? Golden zone on the other side. Right, easiest thing to forget. It's always on the other side. But there's your 80% right there. Again, how many times do I have to show that before you start paying attention to it? I don't do this for my benefit. That's for your benefit. Well, can I do it again here? Well, I don't have enough here, but I've got a nice channel. God, I'm just getting destroyed here today. 1, 2. So 1, 2. Any reason not to think that that's a 1, 2? No, right? We hold the 65. It's just wicks to go through, and then I get another 1, 2. Some reason to think, oh, that can't be a 1, 2. No, not yet. Okay, well, so this one's burned. Remember, that's a one-time use. That 80% is one-time use. So I could try it. I could do it again. Too steep? Maybe. What's my target up here? 1, 2, 3. Now this one, it's not enough price action. Right? We haven't gone far enough. So the channel is a good idea. So buy it. Well, why? What do you see there if I go to a 60? So I find like often, I'm talking people out of trades. Which is not my intention. I just want you to be selective. There's so much to trade. Often I get things on here where it's like, okay, well, maybe, but do you want to buy that right now? Why? Why? Well, usually it's FOMO, right? What if I get a big kick here? Well, okay. Yes, the market sometimes will scream in straight lines, but it's more common, right? You might get a reactionary push that's in a straight line. This is a big pump. But usually it'll be targeting some sort of liquidity. That liquidity will get swept, and then we'll see a retrace. I mean, a retrace is healthy for a bull market, healthy. I know it's just human nature. You look at your account balance, you're like, holy fuck, look, oh my God, I'm doing so great today. And then the retrace starts, the retrace is essential for it to keep going. Why? Because that's where the liquidity is, right? They often, right? It's, there are no absolutes in the market, but often once we pump here, they got to come back down to grab more liquidity so they can keep going higher. Right? Algos, institutions, right? However we want to think of it, right? They're almost inseparable, right? It almost doesn't matter. Well, we know the algos are looking for liquidity. Why are they looking for liquidity? Because they want to put size on. Where's the liquidity? Right at the pivots, which is why I think I've kind of made it pretty clear that I would strongly advise buying near pivots, right? Because you just become bait. Somebody bought that. So you want to buy it in here? That's a 1 hour. You calling that a 1, 2? Well, it would be low risk, right? You could talk yourself into that. It would be low risk. We bought it here. I wouldn't give it a whole lot. Could you get that? 5 to 1? Right. If you just want to, kind of take a run at something, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying if you come back to this trade after the fact and you're journaling your trades, which of course particularly it's so much easier to do if you're out on a higher time frame. Unlike if you're scalping day trade and you got 52 trades. How many trades a month are you doing? It's a serious question, right? Something to consider. If you're not doing more than 10, it's pretty easy to journal them. Okay, so if you're taking that snapshot, what is it you've talked yourself into here? That's a one wave? 1, 2. Even this, right? It looks a little. Well, is that corrective? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it's a 5 to me. If I label it, why not that? Right. So then you got to you want to be critical of your work. Okay. So if I think this is a 3, okay, let's put this in white. Oh, fuck me. Come here. Okay. If I think that's 1, 2, 3, well, you didn't get what you wanted here. You wanted a tight little 4 up here, and then you didn't get it. So now you're like, oh well, all right. Well, you're kind of rationalizing, right? Which is a good way to lose money. Again, I'm not trying to talk people out of a trade. I'm trying to get you to be hyper selective about where you risk money. Again, I've done this shit. I've been that guy. Like, oh fuck it, let's just do it. Oh, maybe I get a flyer. You know, I've done that so many times. That's the only reason I can speak with conviction about this, because I've done that shit so many times. So now I'm very picky, because you're not going to, you're worried this is going to blast off. You're going to go here in a day. Well, if it's going to go, right, you would anticipate this, right? That's what you would anticipate, just like you got it here. Now, could it go in a straight line? Of course, right? Of course it could. But you can't project that. Oh, I didn't want to miss it because I'm pretty sure it's going to go in a straight line. You know, the name of the game is stay in the game. But taking trades like that is how you fuck yourself. Oh, well, I was a little bored. Dopamine, wanted the rush. I'd wait on that. 88 algo and link. Okay, if there's not a lot of requests, I think. Okay, Steel Swarm, how do I get that? Let's see. If I go to Algo, what exchange are you on? Oh, let's see. Oh, fuck. We're on Binance. Okay, let's see if I go here. Do I get your work here? Yeah, I do. Okay, that worked out perfectly. Okay, so now we're over on, this is Algorand. Use case, right? Not a bullshit meme coin, right? So heads up, right? Something we want to pay attention to. Okay, let's pull. Now we're on a 1 hour. You got to get context, right? It's always a good idea to get out to a higher time frame. Okay, so at least we can get a look at it and say, okay, where am I? Is there a count here that's useful? Number one. Okay, and if so, where am I in this count? Well, this is right. Well, this has got to be. This is election time, right? What are we doing, right? This is election time, right? Okay, it's a pretty good example, right? It's like, oh god, oh I missed it. Oh, did you? Oh fuck, that thing's not going to retrace. It's just going to keep going. Oh fuck, I should. God damn it, I should have. Right? Then the self-loathing kicks in. I should have bought that. Look how good that was. That's why, you know, I never worry about something running away. Odds are, you know, has there been things that have run away? Of course, right? But odds are, oh, all the way back. So I point that out. That's a great example of does the market go in straight lines? Yes, right. So there's a great example of it. Did it retrace all the way back to where it started? Yes. Okay, so where are we now? If this is 1, 2, 1, well, that's, you know, we're not going to call that corrective. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay, we can go with that. 1, 2. Oh, let's see. Is he going with a, oh, are you doing an ABC here into a 1? Interesting. All right, so I'd be more inclined to put the 2 over here and just say, okay, well, this looks like, see how we do it this way. Okay, how far are we here? Too far? Well, that decent, right? Note here, if I go to a line chart, right, often this can be useful. Look how cleanly I see that 5 there. I go down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't miss it. What do we know about Elliott, right? Part of the genius of Elliott, right? We begin and we end in 5s. Now, is that 100% all the time, forever and ever? You know, let's not be silly. But that's what you're looking for. It's tricky, right? So what are we doing with that? So that's why I'd be more inclined to say, oh, there's my ending. This looks like mostly wick. Oh, perhaps an order block. But that's a finish, not a big, that's a finish, right? And then we go this way. All right, so let's just kind of play with that. Okay, if that's 1, 2, well, geez, you don't think we might go, so funny. You don't think we'd go 1 and then come to a golden zone, do you? Oh. What? No, that would never happen. It's right in your face. Again, how many times do I have to show it for you? It's the first thing. It really should be the first thing you look for. It's so dominant, right? Again, 6 years of doing this, probably shown it 50, 60,000 times. Why would that not be the first thing you check? What do you think happened here? It could be at the top. Looks like that's all wick here. But so we get into a little algo squeeze, right? It's just a battle, right? They don't care. They promise you they don't care, right? So because they're on both sides of the market. So we got a little algo squeeze here. So buy or sell. Well, I mean, gun to your head, okay, looks like I've got a higher high, higher low. Now this is internal, but I can work here and say, oh, well, I've got a higher, I've got a swing, I got a retrace, I got a higher high, I got a higher low. There's no reason not to assume that we're going here. Plus, in addition to that, I'm going to move this just for a second. In addition to this, I got another golden corner, right? So I've got a golden here. Oh, get off of there. I've got a golden here. Let's get you off of there. That's me making it worse. Get off of there. Do I not have a golden corner here? I do. Probably do it two ways. Too steep, likely, but you never know, right? So I mean, this is just creative thinking. Okay, well maybe I can work off of this into the two. I would keep it, be mindful of having both, right? Because there's no reason to not assume that where's that 3? Jesus, where's your 3? Oh, here it is. All right, so why not that? Do we not have 80% odds here? Yes, we do. Why not that? Again, I'm trying to be snarky about it. I'm just saying, okay, well, analyze your own trade. You have to ask yourself that. Okay, if that's a 1 and that's a 2 and I'm into a golden corner, why not that? Why would I think, oh, well, shit, that can't happen? Now, this is going to be too small. Low risk trade, well, it's all tied to that corner, right? As long as this corner holds, right, that's 80% odds all day long. Now, maybe it breaks, right? Now, it could be you're going to pull it over here. Hope I can get that in there. You're going to pull it down here. Just because it breaks the golden, right? You lose the golden, but you don't necessarily blow up the count until you break that. So maybe it goes 7, what do we got here? 786. Wouldn't be a deal record. You still would have a golden. You'd still have a corner with 80% odds. If anything, right, the angle gets a little easier to hit, right? If you're pulling it here where it is, it's a little tougher to hit that. Let's get in there. I can't see it very well. Looks like this is gone. Let's get this one out of here. Let's go down to a 3. Why do I go to a 3? Because everybody goes to a 4. Okay, 1. Boy, that's a straight line. Let's get you right on that corner. Literally tags it to the tick. But that's not a great, right? There's no imbalances in here that are particularly, oh, okay, well that's muscle in here. I got no fair value gaps. All right. Again, don't forget to check from the other side. Easiest thing to forget, right? That's close, right? It's just a wick that went through. Look where the close is. Literally in the middle of it. 2, A, B, C. Can you get that? 1, 2, 3. You might. Well, either way, right? It doesn't look corrective, right? There's a straight line. If anything, where this would look better is if it was this. A, and we got a B, and then a C. So you're back to, okay, what's your edge here? Impulse? 1, 2, not really. Not really. So to me, that's hurry up and wait. Maybe we do something like this. Right? Again, right? You have to check on every degree. Where's the resistance going to be? Right here. And you probably got a little order block sitting right there as well. Okay. Can I get that? I'm not saying I would want to short it there, right? Because this is strong use case. Whoops, strong use case. I don't want to short this. No, that's me. But something like this. Now, if I do that, I'm going to blow the corner. Right, so all the more it's like, oh, this is creating doubt. Now, if from this I had an impulse, right, or a better looking 5, I might rethink it. But right now, it looks to me like that's what's potentially we're doing this. Potentially. Don't assume the market. I've seen it go, one tick and then rally, right? We just looked at one where it's like, oh my God, look how close they are to the golden zone, and they didn't sweep it. Don't make assumptions. Let the market show it to you. They're going to get my stop, right? That's like, well, if I get out now, right, I'll save myself a few bucks, right? And then you don't get stopped out and it ends up going to your target, right? Be careful of that. If you make the commitment to the money being at risk, hold. You already made the commitment in your mind, right? Okay, I'm going to risk X amount of dollars. Let it play. My opinion, right? Again, I've been that guy who's like, oh fuck, I don't want to take that stop. I'm going to get out, right? And then just take off. It'll just take off, right? So play it through, right? You did all the work. Now don't panic. You just go, oh shit, that bar scared me. Still 80% odds. Still, until that's broken. Now let's see what happens today. Okay, what was the last one you gave me? 88 algo link. Do I have a link? Anybody else give me a link today? Yeah, I got a link. Okay, so Crypto Janice gave it to me. So Steel Swarm, we'll look at the link in a little bit. All right, but thanks for what you posted. I appreciate it. And Bitcoin and ETH. Yeah, I'll come back to those. Okay, so here's T. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting some trads. All right, so here's T. Copy link. God, I'm surprised he could get that handle, T. But he got it. T. Is that? God, it looks like a picture of Tom Cruise, actually. Okay, so this is Rivian. Okay, so he gave me two of them here. So let's go. I got to save that. Okay, I got a 1 hour on Rivian. Okay, so this looks like a big triangle, but I gotta pull back out, right, to kind of make sense of it. Okay, that's a lot of overlap. So let's just quickly do this, just for my old brain. Okay, hey Sam, listening in. That's Frank the Tank. Okay, right. Every now and then I can peek over. I keep it on a monitor. I have this giant 49-inch monitor, which I like, but it's made camera placement, all that. It's actually, I'm not sure I would do it again, because I have two monitors way off to the side that I can barely see. Every now and then I spot one of you guys. Okay, so what do we look like here, right? So this is just consolidation, right? I would, you can do this, that's fine. A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E, B. Well, let's get to the daily, right? So particularly with, now I'm going to hide the volume, not because I don't value volume. I'm just going to clear up the screen real estate. Okay, let's pull back a little bit. I'm in Austin, where every fifth car is a Tesla. We see some Rivians, but not as many as I thought I would. God, do we have a lot of Teslas here? Okay, so what would you think right here? I'm gonna hide that just for a second. All right, let's hide some of these. I'll bring them back. So if you're looking at that, well, even if I put, let me put an EW on here, because it'll have a squeeze on it. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. It's black as a squeeze, right? So we're not going to not call that a triangle, right? It is a triangle. Do we have any impulses in there? Or something that would give us some indication of like, oh, okay, well, here we get a liquidity sweep. It's well, let's consider this. Okay, if that's the triangle, right? Because you're looking at this going, what the? Which is usually the telltale sign that you're in a triangle, right? So if we're doing something like that, well, now that suggests it's corrected, because there's no impulse in here. The last impulse was down. Now, okay, we begin. Oh shit. Oh, that would have to be an ABC. we'd have to have A, B, C, right? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Oops. Come here. That's my 3. A, B, C. Don't get an impulse. Well, could you fudge it? Maybe. Well, it's what this has going for it is that we can assume from this consolidation, we get to the apex of the triangle here. From this consolidation should come expansion. Now let's go down to what did he give me? So look here at a 1. If this is the E, that may be what he gave me. If this is the B, 1, 2. Looks like it's 3 A, B, C into the 4 here. For the 5, A, B, C. Okay, let's wick off the key levels. All right, so that would be important. How do we do on the retrace? Wick. Bullish order flow. 1, 2. Does it fly? That's really... Well, one thing you can see here is that the bearish, let's get you the one I like. There's lots of good ones. I just like this one because I don't know why I like that one, but it's just easy to spot. So you see this was bearish imbalance right here that's been disrespected. So what is holding up here, right? That's a regular fair value gap. So if you were going to put this all together, 1, 2, we'd be expecting 3, 4, 5. Let's take that down to... All right, so 1, 2. Well, this looks like it's too far. Oh, it's not, right? So that's wick only. It's a little, what do we got? Oh, that's just going to tell me about the Fed. Oh, maybe it's not. No, new assembly plan. Okay, great. There's some bullish news. Okay, well, do you want to buy it right there? Probably not. Well, look, so let's play that forward. If indeed this is going to be a B, which is hard pressed to see how that wouldn't be. Because I cannot have a triangle in a 2, right? So it's off the board. It's not even an option. I can't look at this and go 1, 2. A, B does work. So we can trade the potential push up here for this impulse. Just out of curiosity. Oh, no, that's going to be too far. These are all going to be too far. So this is a very tricky one. Well, the only thing I can say with certainty here is that for me, that's no buy, right? I'm not going to buy right into the golden zone. I would wait. I would, okay, if this is going to go, okay, go. Right here, obvious liquidity here, more, lots of liquidity points. So if we go up here, sweep that liquidity, right? Because there's stops there, duh. Right. So you can see it already happened once. People get annoyed with me pointing this out all the time, right? But I'm doing this for your benefit, right? So breakout. Plus it was a break of structure. What do we anticipate? Not what do we know? What do we anticipate after break of structure? Retrace. So if we're going to come up here and get that, right? If this is going to be the 3, another break of structure, what would we anticipate? Retrace. Now it's looking more interesting. So I think you're taking a flyer if you buy that. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying you got to think that through, right? Would you want to buy it there? Right? What do you 50 cents from the golden zone? I wouldn't. But I wanted to watch. But now come all the way back to put that in context. It's not right. Does that look like a? All you could say really is that wow, what a colossal failure as a stock. Truly, can it be worse? What are you talking yourself into? Consolidation down here? Maybe. That's very, very ugly looking stock. And the best count here is that we're doing an ABC and then perhaps more down, right? There's nothing bullish here. That's the bad news. For a bull, I don't know T if you're a bull here. But so let's look at your Palantir. Let's see, is that the right one? Let's try this one. Which comes back to, I see every fifth car here is a Tesla. Every 5,000th car here is a Rivian. Just observational. Oh shit! Let me get your. This is PLTR. I'll bet that'll come up. Oh fuck! Come here. I bet this will have your work on it. Yeah, well. Okay, good. Let's see. All right, so we'll go from a colossal failure of a stock to a colossal success story with Palantir. At some point here, I got to keep an eye on. Okay, so I'm on a 1 hour, right? So I appreciate you posting this, but for me, I got to come out here. I got to look at the context. Now, do we need to be in log scale? Right, probably, yeah. So, all right, what's our low down here? $5 to yeah, 200. Yeah, we need to be in log scale. Interesting. I see he keeps the color coding on it. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, do we have an impulse off the low? All right, let's just review. With things you want to look for, right? Was that a good low? Or do we sweep liquidity? Yep. Higher high, higher low. Break of structure, retrace. Higher high, higher low. Now here's again a very skinny 2, relatively speaking. Now there you might say, well, wait a minute. If I take it out of, you can't even look at it. If I take it out of log scale, does that 2 seem, because you don't know that that's coming. You're right there. Okay, is that 2 reasonable? It's a little more reasonable than when you look at it in log scale. But wow, talk about the blast off. Just out of curiosity, right? I always do this. Just I'm curious, right? Okay, well if that's the 1, that's the 2. What did we make? Didn't quite even get to the 38, right? It's not like that doesn't happen. Very strong stock like this, right? The 2 are impatient traders, right? They're not waiting. Okay, so let's put that back to just golden. 1, 2. Well, this would have me wondering if I need that. Do I need that 1, 2? Maybe I do. Okay, let's go with it. You see, it's so far. That's why I'm looking at this going, if this is the 1 and this is the 2, well, there's the 2618. So is the subdivision here, do I need it? Oh, let's go with his count, right? So I'm going to go back to log scale. 1, 2. We did not sweep the low, so this, right, it's duly noted. It looks like a B, right, because that's a sharp drop. It's not much of a correction. It's, I mean, you probably talk yourself into some sort of little pause there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, so into the 3. Now here, let's look at it in log scale. Remember, this is going to adjust to log scale. Okay, reasonable, right? Don't quite make it there, but of course, take it out of log scale, it'll be much farther. 3, A, B, C into the 4. Good. Nicely done. Channeling a little fat there. Same here, right? Maybe you did those when they were in arithmetic. Okay, 1. Let's brighten that up a bit. Put it in. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Well, okay. Again, just this is force of habit. Like it's so habitual, I can't not do it. Okay, where did the 4 go? Just, you know, how solid are we here? Where's the highest probability location for a wave 4? 23 to 38. Okay, so now, see, it's just building conviction. Okay, is it trading technically? Fuck yes. Okay, so here we see, oh, you probably just use the center line there as a bit of a liquidity sweep. So you got all the ingredients we want to see, right? Do they sweep liquidity? Yes. In the high probability zone? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a minute. Are we done? I got to push that off. Yeah, it's interesting. He likes the color on it. I'm going to push that off for a second just so I can follow along with you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Why not? Why not that? Are we done? Earnings, not too far away. Well, there's really only 2 choices here, right? I mean, it's pretty, again, this is, I do a lot of defending of Elliott. this is the power of Elliott Wave. Okay, so I have a pivot here, right? If that's my 4, this is either the top, and we're going to more likely going to start retracing, or that's the 1. Right? There's only 2 possibilities here, which is what I think is powerful, because I don't have to go, oh fuck, I don't know where that thing. I don't know. Well, this is either the 1 of 5, and we're going to do this and keep going, or the top is in. Either or, right? It's that decision matrix that is so powerful, right? That's why, again, there's not, in my opinion, there's no better forecasting tool than Elliott Wave, right? But again, many disagree with that, which is fine. So it makes a market. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why not that? Well, is it technical? Well, let's look at the length of the 1 projected from the proposed 4. Okay, not uncommon. Considering who this is, I'd be much more inclined to think this. That this is the 1. And okay, well then, okay, can I trade that and not put a lot of money at risk? Yeah, I can. Because if this is the 1, where does the 2 usually go? Not where do we know, right? Can we do a little forecasting? Just, right? I mean, we just saw how well the 4 responded here technically. Big money's in here, right? This is, hugely popular with institutions. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's what I would assume. But, I'm not going to bet the ranch on it. That's how I would approach it. Oh, what do I got here? That'll work. Red. I have very, if we break this, well, okay, top's in. But see, much of it is what comes off of this. Looks like that's Al again. Probably no surprise. Is that Al? Do I need to say something? Have we pulled up a chart yet where Al wasn't dominant? Nope. Are we going to today? No. Because that's the dominant algo in the markets. Okay, right. So there's Al. Right, where's Al's target? Right here. Can you see a potential liquidity sweep? Now, what are we looking for here? 5. I'm looking for 5 here. I got something impulsive. I got clearly a 3 right into. It's technical. Big fair value gap there as well. Oh, if I put that. You see how there's a method to what we're doing here, right? It's not that fucking hard. It's not rocket surgery. Okay, I got something impulsive, and I get a 3 into the golden zone. Do I not have a golden corner there? Yes, I do. Do I not have 80% odds here that I get that? Yes, I do. It's a correction, so I would quickly I would stay in shift right until proven otherwise, right? So something like this right here. Oh, but it's Palantir, man. Well, okay, if you don't want to short Palantir, which I can certainly understand that. If you don't want to short it, what are you doing? You're waiting for this to come down here. Give me a 5. Give me I missed it. Oh God, once you stop clicking, you won't get it. But you get the idea. I'm looking for a 5 to come down here. Then, oh, okay, if I get a little pop here. Well, first thing up, right, it's 80% that we get there. Do I get there? Or do I get there here? There's no 80% on the other side, right? This is where the 80% is playing. So we get, who knows how the market's going to react? Everybody's assuming the market's going to react bullishly today. Too many people on one side of the boat, right, tends to tip over. Anything we got to, you don't really have a lot of imbalances here, a lot of displacement. That's kind of shaky as an impulse as it is. But this is what I'd be waiting for, something along these lines here before I would be looking, okay, well, can I buy that? All right, look where that would be barely the 23, right? Where's the more probable wave 2, right? Maybe down here. So Palantir going to do that? Whoa, wait a second. And I'm still on the daily. Remember, the market is under no obligation to do anything ever. It's going to do what it's going to do, right? Where do they usually go? That's really all we're saying. Where do they usually go? I'm not saying short it. I'm just saying, boy, I would not buy that. But that's me personally, right? It's not financial advice. I would not buy right into a golden zone. Why, right? How many times again, 60,000 times I've showed you why. No, I wouldn't buy that. But down here, I'd be interested. Okay. Thanks for those, T. I got Palantir, Rivian. Okay, Cryptogenesis is giving us Bitcoin, right? Well, let's see what he's looking at. One thing we know about Cryptogenesis, he likes him some trend lines. So let's see what we can find here. Trend lines, median lines. He likes lines. So I got to copy this. I like his work a lot, right? Because what you see is the effort he puts into it. Lower right. Oh, you're giving me Bitcoin.d. Okay. All right. So let's get this off for just a second. Okay, you're giving me an 8-hour. Yikes. Okay, hang on. Let's get this. Okay. Oh shit, man. I gotta pull out here. Let's go to weekly. Okay, this just got a little scary out here. Okay. So we're pulling from this low here. So let me get that marked. Well, he's marked it. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's got a lot of shit on there. So this is 50 from this low? No. Nope, it's not from that low. Where did these pulled from? Shit, I can't even tell. Oh, you got it locked, that's why. Where are you pulling that from? Oh, that is the low. Wait a second, how are you getting that? You're pulling from something else. Okay, so, oh, that's July of 22. Bitcoin rips. Okay, let's get down to a daily. Well, for alt season, we don't want Bitcoin falling to the floor. I see what you're doing here. It's harder for these guys to see it. Okay, so it could be that we've got a 3 in here. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm going to pull some of this off, right? It's always easier when it's your own stuff. So I'm just pulling these off because it's hard for you guys to see it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a candidate for the 3. The 4, potentially, he's got it down here where we have some prior support. 1, 2, or same. Look at Bitcoin. Same kind of thing, right? Where's your 2? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Toughy. Where's the 2? Well, already you wouldn't want to see. I mean, again, you can't trade this, but you can look at it as with an Elliott eye. It doesn't have a great look to it. I think he had this, right? You had, you could probably, we in large scale, yeah, we could, oh, fuck me here. Where's that one? Oh, fuck, no, I can't remember it. What is it? Adaptive, there it is. Okay, let's get the long term. So you can put this lets you put use long term. You can get a channel on something in large scale. That's right. It's really worthwhile. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So where are we here? Breaking. New low. All right. Yeah, that's looking for the X up here. So A, B. Looking for the push up here. You know, I mean, it's useful here. Absolutely. Personally, if I'm looking, I just look at ETH to Bitcoin. I think that's the simplest way to look at it. You know, again, choose your, how far you want to dig into it. Again, that's all I look at. whatever this is, right? The implication per his count is that there's more to go. So Bitcoin D down, right? We want, you know, the implication would be, okay, that's going to free up alts to fly, right? We don't want it down too far, right? Bitcoin's falling too hard, it'll pull alts with it. So down, you know, mildly down to flat would be more accommodative to an alt season. So this doesn't look like, it looks like we're doing something very sharp here. Right? So we've got a W, X, Y, X, and then more to come. So that much down. Again, I'm going to leave that one alone. So he gave me, let's see. No, you gave me ETH to the dollar tether. Okay. Let me bring that up. So let me go back to, let's see if I do it this way. Do I get it? He has ETH in here. Okay, let's look at ETH. It's more useful. Okay, this always, my brain hurts when I see that. Okay, let's get this. That's all I want. That's what. Template. It's the white one. ETH. Well, just looking at it, right? Okay, if it's 1, 2, and this is 3, boy, you know, what's characteristic of a 4? All right, we stop progressing the trend. We just kind of go sideways. We drift, right? After the big impulse of the 3, market is consolidating. Sure looks like it's A, B, C coming in. Wouldn't that be, whoops, wouldn't that be kind of what just at first glance, right? If you're just looking at it, like what would your brain kind of gravitate to? Not that that's necessarily what the market's going to do. It's just looking at it, right? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Crypto Janice, I know that's meaningful to you. It's just hard for them to see that. That's the only reason I pull those off. Oh, shit. Okay, so let's consider that. If the 3 is in, right, which is reasonable, there's our all-time high, right? By the way, right, somebody bought it up there. Don't be that guy. We got a 5, 3, so you can see the 5, 3. So here's the diag into a 3. The implication is we're coming down here. That's the implication. Market not obligated to do anything ever. It's going to do what it's going to do. Right. He's kind of teed up a little hot box, excuse me, down here where that potentially, right, the implication would be perhaps with something bigger here. If we're going to come down and do this, boy, buying opportunity. So anything that, you know, if we were to get something abrupt, right? So if, you know, again, some sort of surprise, if we were to get a push down here, let it react, right? You don't want to be trying to pick the turn, right? If you're going to do it, if you're just, you can't resist it, just keep the size low here in case you get something like that. So you don't get burned here because you're like, oh man, I'm all in. You don't ever want to be all in at a pivot. Let the market prove it. So, you know, again, if you're jonesing, oh, okay, I'll take a little piece of it here. If you get a retrace, then that's where you want to add. Right? Oh, 50? Oh, yeah, I can add here. Now, okay, so you got a piece here, and maybe you get a piece here, 50, golden zone. Now you're averaging the price. So if it comes down here and takes this pivot, right, your average buy-in is, you know, not horrible. Now, it's going to be better down here, of course, right? Obviously, right? But at least here, if you're buying here, you're going to split that difference, and maybe your average is closer to something like that. So the stop out won't be so severe. It's the suggestion. Again, I've been that fucker so many times, right? I don't do it anymore. But just if I was like, okay, I can't resist, right? I'd keep no leverage, and I'd keep the size light. Because I'm looking, this is where I want to go. Right? So again, back to the things that we teach. Our purple belt, we wouldn't let you trade that. You could only trade this, right? Because C's and 3s. That's it. So you want to get into that. You want to get into that move. You got to wait for the 3. That's your money ball. Right. See, there's just no reason to do it, ever to try and pick that turn, right? Again, I had to lose so much money until I finally became just habitual. Like I look at it and go, well, I'm not buying that. A lot of money lost before I made that hard turn. Okay, Crypto Jazz. Now he's giving us ETH to Bitcoin. That's what I was looking for. So let's see here. This is, you know, this is what I use to keep it simple. as a proxy for alt season. How's ETH doing to Bitcoin? I got to copy that, so hang on. And ETH to Bitcoin is in high right over on Coinbase. We've been looking at this quite a bit. Right? So I've kind of featured it in many of the Friday vids because it looks so good, right? I mean, that's what we're looking for. Where can we spot our methodology demonstrating itself, right, profitably, so people can take advantage of it and make money? Okay, let me. Okay, ETH to Bitcoin. 1. Let's put that in something brighter. 1, 2, right? Does that look reasonable? I got a clear, oh, that little bumpy on the ride there. Oh, that's a toughie one. Perfect example of why you don't want to be that guy ever. ABC. Oh, come on, machine. What are you doing? Technical? Well, probably. 50. Nice. 1, 2, right? So all that's doing is like, why does it matter? Well, fuck, why does it matter? We're way over here. Why does that matter? It's just how technically are we trading, right? I'm building conviction. Okay, oh, 1, 2. Well, here we are again, another notoriously shitty 2, right? Very shallow, right? It's just get used to it, right? We're seeing it all the time, right? Particularly in crypto, right? In a bull market, the 2, like the people are just impatient. Okay, so 3, 4, does that look like a 4? It does. And not as severe an imbalance between this 2 and that 4. Is it ideal? No. Is it tradable? Absolutely, right? What comes off of it? Big rip-roaring 5. With, again, another tiny 2. All right, I can't see in there. So give me a 6 hour. That's good. I like something non-typical. Everybody goes 1, 4. So 6, 3. Good way to consider it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3. Okay, that's a little messy in there. So let me get some of this out of here. This, nicely done. Nicely done. I'm only doing this so I can see what the hell's going in here. Okay, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C into the B. Looks like we just miss if he's right on there, which he is. A little front run here. Okay, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's close. 5. So there's a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 leading diag. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 leading diag into an A, B, C into a B. This has got to be the 5 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there some reason why you would think otherwise? I got to do this. Channeling. Can we use the channeling? Yep. So I tend to try and match the color so I don't get lost on what's what. Okay, so is that the 3? Whoops. I'm gonna move you. Could be. All right, into the 1. Looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I might look for 100, right? It's just, you know, one more point of confluence. If that's the A and that's the B, you got an order block sitting right here. That would be bullish order block sitting right there. How do I know it's an order block? The displacement came off of it, right? And then another one right here. How do you know, right? Imbalances. Well, that looks pretty clean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I got an arrow on there, but how did I end up with an arrow? I don't know how I got an arrow on there, but I do. Okay, so oh, I guess that is the one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for this down here. A little bit more down here. So you see some liquidity down here. All of this potential liquidity. Sweep it. I would consider this as what I'd be looking for. Now that's me, right? I don't know that that's coming. down here, right? And then I want to see the reaction. Now that reaction could be down here, could be down here, but that I'm looking for that. They can't get it, right? Because the intention will always be to get it, right? When they can't sweep it, that's when you know you have a good two. Because you know the intention, because we know there's going to be liquidity down here if that were to be to pivot, right? So it's when they can't get it, that's a bit of a tell. Does that make sense? Right? Because of course there's going to be liquidity down there. Of course. If they can't get it, market's too strong. And then you get the sequence, right? Then you get a change of character, or shift in market structure. You call it what you want, right? It's just that we were breaking a high. Higher low. Higher high. Okay, now I got something I can work with. It's so fucking simple. You know, we complicate trading way more than we need to. Now you could look at this and go, well, fuck, man, that's not a drop dead 5 and a 3. I mean, I gotta do a. Come here. I gotta do let's do it this way. I gotta do a 5 here as some sort of a diag, and then I gotta do an A, expand the B, and that's my 3. It's not drop dead, but it's, you know, you see enough of these, right? An expanded B is not, you know, it's pretty common. At the end of the day, it's a 3. 3. Now, we're not there yet, but it looks like that's where we're headed. It's a 3 correcting a 5. That's all Elliott Wave is. 5s and 3s. That's the genius of it. Now, I know there's 26 different ways to do a correction. So that's where it's tricky, the corrections. That's what fucks everybody up in Elliott Wave, right? Oh, these fucking corrections. Fucking WX, YX, what? It's not that hard if you put a little effort into it. You know, if everybody wants trading to be easy, just draw some lines. We begin and we end in 5s, right? Do we know that's going to turn into a 5? Absolutely not. If I get this, right now I've got reasonable probability, because I know I ended in a 5 here. This could still be an ABC. This could be W, X, Y, X, right? And we could do this, right? Again, there's no certainty. There's only probabilities. And an edge, right? Edge is built off of the context. That's why doing all of this is worthwhile, because it's building conviction in the context. Oh, I see. Oh, I got it. Okay, well, leading diag, right? Okay, 5 3 5 3 5. Right? Okay, that's a little funky. A, B, expand the B. Well, right into support. Right? That makes sense. Up here into the golden zone. Okay, well, that makes sense. And then we're finishing a 5. Do you know this is coming? Of course not. Where's the edge? It starts right here. They can't get the low. They can't get this. They can't get it. Link lower right. Oh boy. Where's your link here? I don't see it. Where's your link? Let's try, maybe I got the wrong one here. Let me leave that. Hang on a second, I gotta turn my AC down. Okay, so link on the bottom right. Oh, that's the copy. Hang on. All right, what time is it? Nope, we're not yet. Oh, no, it's coming up. 10, 7, 8 minutes. We'll see. We'll get an answer. What's the market doing? No, not doing much. Okay, link, bottom right on OKX. Well, we looked at link a lot. Link's starting to look pretty interesting. All right, I'm going to do this. Forgive me, Crypto Janice. You know I do this for my sake, right? Just to make it easier for me to see it. Okay, I got an 8 hour on link. Okay. Yeah, it feels like I need to pull back a little bit. Okay, I know that's his stuff, right? It's just harder for me to spot it, right? So I'll recreate it. Well, what do you see? Again, it should be so easy that you could grab a 5th grader and say, okay, show me the 5s and the 3s. If it's not that easy, are you sure you want to trade it? There's not many get that. I mean, it's not that hard. Did we? Oh God, it's a 5. Did we get a 3? Does the market move in 5s and 3s? Now it gets a little trickier here, right? This one pretty drop dead easy, right? It's probably, oh, that's, well, that could be golden. I can't remember. I know we've looked at this a dozen times. I think the wick went through. Wick goes through. Still very, very valid. Here's just consolidation, right? So I don't even have to look at it. I know there's going to be a squeeze. He doesn't have it on there, but that's going to be a squeeze, right? Contraction, expansion. There's something in here. Is that a 5? Well, it's kind of ugly. Looks like you can squeak by with it here. I'm not such a purist that I would, if that overlaps by a tick or two, I would DQ that. I wouldn't. Well, there's a clear 5 there. You can't, there's no bullshitting your way around to that. So you'd have to do that as a WXY. Here's your classic shitty 2 again. Is that my 2? Oh fuck, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, yikes, 3, 4, right? Already look at the 2 to the 4, right? It's not uncommon in crypto, right? We're getting used to it. Let's go down, let's put that in blue, right? So 3, 4, okay. A, B, oh, that's gnarly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So good on the 3. The 2 and the 4 is terrible, but not a deal breaker, right? Because look what comes off of it. Oh, here's a great example of what I'm talking about. Okay, right. So here's, you think there's some liquidity here? So why not? Why? Oh, look. Oh, here. Oh, they're going to get it for sure. Oh, for sure. Oh, they're absolutely going to get it. Well, there's a classic, oh, God, well, I don't want to buy it here because, oh, they're going to sweep that for sure. For sure. What might help you? Before you assume they're going to sweep it, oh, let's see what happens at the golden. Something I need to say there? Let's take you up. Ooh, okay, that's a 3, right? So it looks like if anything we topped here, 3 coming down. You see why I'm doing that? 3, 3. Oh, maybe get a diag to finish that. Okay, I'm in log scale. Sorry, excuse me. The 2 is really gnarly. You're almost tempted to go another 1, 2. Right? It's actually, I'm considering that right now. And what would influence that decision? Well, we already saw the goldens on there here. What do we think is right here? If that, well, you know, I know I've done this a couple of times, but could this be another 1, 2, right? It alleviates the shitty, whoa, that's the 4 to the 2. Oh, come on. Not always going to be the golden. Now, look at this pivot here. Where's this target? Right there. How do you know it's an algo? This, not this, this. What happens at the target? So 1, 2, I already like it better. So let's take this down. Now I'm liking this 4 a whole lot more. I mean, that's just a good example of, like, you look at it and go, I don't know, that doesn't look right. Is there another solution here? Is there, how deep did it go? Could that be a 2? That 2 to the right, that 4 to that 2, just unless there's no other solution there. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so let's rethink all of it. If this is the 4, this is the 1. Oh, well, I'm gonna pay attention to this. Okay, I don't want to see that swept. And get you out of here. And put out, well, okay, where do the 4s usually go? A little deeper here, but certainly well contained here within the range. And I would just look at it this way. Where do they usually go, right? 23 to the 50. Right, highest probability is up here. Right? It's ideal, but we get a little deeper. Okay, it's not a buzzkill. Okay, link 1, 2. Oh, is that a 1? Why not? Okay, let's go down to. Right, so you got to pick it apart, right? Okay, just like we did over here. Like, look right. Want to do the all right? Looks kind of deep. Looks like they might have broken it. They did. Large scale, not going to make any difference. So that's a little bit of a, lost the big dog. Now, could that still be a 2? Yes, right, but we lost the algo. So how do I get him back? Right, we always want to try and trade with him, right? We're going to get it right here, right? You're going to need that. All right, so this doesn't kill it as a 2 until we break this pivot. Plus this looks like A, B. Let's zoom in there. Doesn't it, right? It's just your eyes should, like, I can't not, I've been doing this for so long, I can't not see the 5 3s. I couldn't, it would be impossible for me to do this, and my brain is going to register that. I can't not see it. Impulse. Period. Right? You got to deal with it. This impulsive, not great. Maybe you could talk yourself into that. It looks like you've got A and you're doing this little triangle here, just this consolidation. So it looks like you're doing some sort of an ABC here. A, fuckery. All right, C. A, B, C, D, E. Look, it could be right here. Oh, let's go to a 30. Let me see that. A, B, C, D, E. It's a little bit of a. What is it? It's just a little consolidation. What's the one thing we know with absolute certainty? The only thing in the market with absolute certainty. There's only one thing. From consolidation and contraction comes expansion. That's the only thing you know with certainty. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, it's going down, right? So in fact, the first move is the one you want to be suspicious of, right? Because algos play this, right? And they'll play the retail traders, like a fiddle. Oh, breakout, right? What are they doing? They're sucking breakout traders in right there. That'd be the C. It'd be a little weird. Is it there? Is there a 5 there? Well, you could probably talk yourself into it. We got to be really close, right? So did they release it yet? Oh, it's got to be. What's the market done? A little pop. We got to be real close. Oh, it's because it's not. It's probably, what is it? A quarter point. Well, you guys got it. Yeah, that's why I don't bother trying to do short corrections. That's modern Picasso, who, by the way, a very good trader. Right? So listen up when he talks. He's been with us for a long time, and a regular on our streams. Okay, so here in all the channelings there. Right, you see let's do it the other side. How nice this plays. Right, impulse. Right, use the channeling, right? That should guide you with, okay, is it an impulse? Or, okay, is the subdivision there? Okay, A, well, that's a little weird for a B. It's, it's just consolidation. So if you want, does that look, wait, that's the A, B, and that's all the C is going to be? Well, again, market's not obligated to do anything, but if you're looking for this, let it do something. At least get on the other side of this. Look at all the imbalances here, right? That's muscle. So I wouldn't touch this until it got up here, right? You're going to sweep that. Show me you've got some intention here to come up. Because you got to pull this back and say, where are we? Whoa. This is a shaky one. This could be, oh fuck. Can we do this? This could be an WXY. The real thing that would have you pausing here is that I don't get a clean impulse here. Yes, right, I'm breaking some internal structure. I don't get to this, but it's not impulsive. It's sloppy. You can almost see, oh God, I could probably do something like this. But wait, that 4 looked so good. Yeah, it did. But right, yes, it does. Okay, that looked like a good candidate down here. So certainly we're going to want to pay attention to that low, right? If that gets challenged, okay, whoa, WX. This should have you pausing. If anything, this is what really happens to a lot of traders. It happened to me a gazillion times. You're in something off of the pivot here. So let's say you're in this, right? You got this. You saw that little retrace right to the 50. Okay, okay. I can probably talk myself into a 5 there. Not much of a 3, but oh fuck, I didn't get what I wanted here. So now you're in the trade and you're a little unsure what to do. That's incredibly common. Oh fuck, what do I do now? Well, and this is what creates, I guarantee you anyone listening to this right now has gone through this. You're in the trade because you liked the initial push. Like, okay, that looks like a 5, and the 4 looks good here. So 1, 2, you don't get the follow through here. So what do you do now? Well, here's what most people do. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why? Path of least resistance. What's the easiest thing to do? Nothing. Oh, well, fuck. All right. I hope it goes. Well, Link. Yeah, I've been reading on X that Link is a real player, and my feed says. So you do nothing, right? Do you even have a stop on it? At the very least, if you're here, if you did this and I didn't get a 3 here. Please tell me you put a stop on it, because you have to be concerned about the price action. Oh, shit. But what most people, and then this can get worse and worse and worse and worse, and now you're a hodler. Guaranteed there's not a person listening to this who hasn't been through that. Because you don't want to take the stop. You don't want to admit you were wrong. Safest thing to do is just get out, right, and let it regroup. Take the small loser, right? Again, I like to use the boxing analogy. That's just a jab. You're not getting this is not a knockout blow unless you did something stupid like 500x leverage. Just take the little loser when you're in doubt. Most people would just go, well, let's see what happens. I've done it 100 times. Well, let's just see. Instead of, okay, I don't get what I want here, so I'm going to just get out. But what if it turns and, what if it does that? Well, fuck, what if it does? Okay, so what? So you missed one, but you exercised some trading discipline. You treated it like a professional, not like a gambler. Well, fuck, okay, well, I've got 17, let's go ahead and hit it. Right? What's the difference between gambling and speculating? Gambling, you know the odds are against you. You put money on the table anyway. Speculating, you're looking for opportunity where you feel like you have a slight edge, right? Where you can get the edge over the house. Do you have an edge here? No, you don't. So why are you still in the trade? Because you don't want to take the loss. You don't want to take even though it's small, you don't want to do it because it could turn around. And if it turns around, that's the worst possible outcome because that reinforces that habit. You'll do it again the next time. Well, let's see what happens. If you're thinking 1, 2, if you don't get an impulse here, at least put a stop on it. And I speak that passionately about that because I've done it so many times. It's never worth it. If this thing starts to go, okay, get back in. Okay, took a little, okay, I'll go again. You see, the idea wasn't bad, but the price action didn't support your idea. That's what a professional does, right? I'll take the fucking loss because my ego is not attached to the outcome. You fucking around in here, or are you trying to approach this like a business? I can't do it for you. I've made these mistakes, all of them. Where where am I at? Sonny, I don't know how to say this one. Sonny 99. He does really nice work, right? He's a new member, I think. Very nice work. I remember him from last stream. But he gives it to me in, is that Korean? I can't tell. It's another language. Yeah, but warning, white screen coming. Excellent. He does excellent work here. Really like, welcome aboard. Really, really nice work you're done. Okay, so there's a 4 hour. This is SPX to the tether on Binance. Oh God, it is a little hard on the eyes. Only because you get so used to it. Okay, so let me pull back to a daily here to SPX. This is getting a lot of media. Okay, right, so look how nice this plays, right? This is going to be a little hard to see. Oh shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's put that in, we'll go to black, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Do we have an impulse? Yes. Looks like this is out. I think we looked at this last week. There's your 1618, 175 for the third. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a 3. 1. Wait a sec. Oh yeah, okay, I've got it. So 1, 2, 3 up here. Here's the 4. So we want to pull, and it's going to be a little hard to see with this color palette. Here's the 50, right? So here's, hang on. It's just a little tricky with this color. Okay, so here's the wave 4 box. How about I do it that way? Right, so here's 23, 38, 50, right? So we're in the pocket. Okay, we're coming out of this. Does it look like we have an impulse? Well, let's go down to a 3. 1, oh, okay, it looks like he's giving me 2 counts, 2 possibilities. 1, 2, or A, B, because I do get an impulse here. Oh, it gets a little gnarly up here. Okay, let's get that out of here. Channeling is good. What are you doing? Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, so he's got 2 sets of channels here. The first one is, let's see if I can get this. Right here, let's make that darker. Oh, dark green. All right, okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now, right, this is the bitch of it. Okay, if that's the 4, wait a minute. I don't want an ABC here. I want a 1, 2, let me change that color. I have a dark blue. I want a 1, 2, 3, 4. Now already it's, I want that to hold. Right, because we're targeting that 5 up here. So if I try and draw this again. Well, it's a little bumpy here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need that. So this is really not a bad location for a trade. Okay, what ingredients that we want to look for a setup, right? For an entry, was there a liquidity sweep? Yep. Did we get something impulsive? Let's go to a 60. No. Right. So here's the. I mean, it's impossible to miss, right? Here's the sweep of liquidity. I know you can't see that. I was going to fuck all my colors up. All right, so but here's the sweep of liquidity. Impulse? It's not really. Like, it's not obvious. Oh, fuck, where'd the market do? Straight up, straight down, right? It's the typical. Oh, we pumped up. Now they're giving it all back. Whoa, that's quite a wick. Pardon me while I just look at I'm looking at the ES. God, that's a wick and a half. Okay, all right, so 1, 2. Those rejection wicks are not positive. Just the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, right? So if we're pulling from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. But then this would have to be ABC, right? Just see how that would. You got a pretty good finish here. 1, 2, ABC. Oh fuck! Let's do something like that, right? So I don't even know if you can see that. You don't get it's the same thing. Well, I don't get the launch that I wanted here. So, okay, since I begin and I end in 5s, I'd be cautious here. I would let this percolate. Oh, okay, well I didn't get a rip roaring impulse off of the liquidity sweep, and there's no displacement in there. Nothing here to say, oh, looks good. Maybe right here that looks like it might have been a 50. 50. But no follow through, right? The algo doesn't kick, right? And then these are big rejection wicks. So to me, this is, okay, I like this. I want this on my radar, but it's not, again, be picky. There's so much to trade. Now, if you went, you could create that same scenario that I was just talking about. If this is A, B, and we're going to call this the C. Okay, so if you longed it, you know, somewhere in here, now you're going, oh fuck. If you're in doubt, right, the safest place to be is on the sidelines, right? So yes, you might have to take a small loss. You know, that's the same problem, right? Nobody likes to take a loss. What's the potential here, right? We're going to sweep this. This is going to get much worse, and then you're a hodler. Why? Because you weren't willing to take a jab. Again, I like to use the boxing analogy, right? You get in the ring, you're going to get hit. You can't go into the ring saying, well, I'm never going to get hit. Of course not. Take the jab. Don't take the uppercut to the jaw. You can always get back in. You didn't get what you wanted here. So why are you still in it? Because I didn't want to take the stop. It's the only reason. It's the only, or here you rationalize. Well, all right, let's let the Fed come out. Let's see what happens. Well, they don't like what he's talking about, right? God, look at that wick. Holy shit. I'm just looking over at my ninja, right? That's quite a. They don't like what he's saying, right? So my guess is he's not as dovish as they wanted. Oh my God, that's a big wick. So here, as we're coming back to this, okay, these were the real warning signs, right? That's clear rejection, right? Oh, we're up here. Oh, we're looking good. Oh, no, we're not. My view, if you're not in, all right, I'm going to guess that Sony 99 has got plenty of trading experience, right? Because his TA skills are so good. So he's probably been around the block for a while. There's no reason to still be in that, unless now you're short. There's no reason to be long here. You didn't get anything positive here. Okay, nice. I love your work, Sony 99. Really, really, really good TA. But you know, all the good TA in the world doesn't change what happens, right? If this was the 4, right, we didn't get what we wanted. Okay, XLM. I got to get rid of that because of that color coding. So let me get rid of that, and let's get back to link. I got to get rid of that one. XLM. Oh God, I had like 5 XLMs this morning. Let's see if it's over here. Sometimes I copy stuff. I get so many. Oh fuck! Was it over here? Hang on, give me a second. Because I had it done. Here, we'll just do it again. Let's see how Ripple's doing. Save that for Friday. Excuse me. Okay, let's go to XLM. This is the last one. Oh, and then I had from XLM crypto. Oh, where's the aggregator? Where are you? Crypto. There it is. Okay. I just go here. I see you get full history. You can't trade on this, but I get full history of it. Okay, so let's get out to the daily. A, B, C. Sure looks like it. Might have to go weekly on this. The only thing we know is certainty in the markets. From consolidation comes expansion. Out of log scale. Looks a little different, doesn't it? Can't even see what I just drew. I'd call this all consolidation. Here, another good example. Oh, come here. Get the... God, that thing's annoying. Oh, what the hell? Oh, it's locked, that's why. Market goes straight up, all the way back. Another good example, what was I talking about? You think there's some stops here? Can't get it. This all this wick. Oh, what do you mean, right? There's the classic, oh, well, I might as well get now. I get out now because they're definitely going to, They're going to sweep that for sure. Not so fast. You almost have to go into log scale here. But, I mean, keep it simple here. Impulse. Probably easiest thing to just, again, what would a fifth grader say? Now, okay, that's pretty, look at the impulse here, right? All the displacement, right? So this consolidation leads to that expansion. Just like this leads to this, and this leads to the, over and over again, same shit. Again, that's why I don't care what the chart is, right? They all trade the same way. ABC. You got a 2 in there. Where's the liquidity, right? We can probably assume there's some up here. Why is everything fucked up here? Oh, I know, because of the colors. Because that's what happens when I get those colors mixed up. Okay, all right, so let's get you back down here. Well, you can look here, right? You know you're going to have liquidity down here, right? You have imbalances, right? So, okay, is that 1? Is that A, B, C, D, E? That doesn't quite fit, right? It doesn't quite look right. Could be. This doesn't look correct, right? So that would make me, I'm going to keep the back of my mind, you know, possibly we're going into a triangle, but it looks more like an ABC, and then here we go. Just out of curiosity, now granted this is in log scale, but how do we do here? Can't say I love it. It doesn't look like a D, right? So it looks more like we've done, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a shit finish. Well, what can we say with certainty? Right? It looks like we have a contender here for an impulse to be coming off of this. So a candidate right here for an ABC, 1, 2, right? Yet again, what do you mean? They're not going to sweep that? Oh, of course they're going to sweep that. Of course they are. Not so fast. So can we label this? 1, 2, 4, 5. Let's get back to colors that'll work on this palette. Okay, all right, so why not this? Things that don't happen by accident. This is your bite right now. That's the weekly, right? Let's go to the daily. What? Impulsive? 3. Is that Al? Could be. It's Wicks. Wicks only. Wicks pumping. Didn't get to target. 1, 2. Pretty low risk. Let's go to an hourly. Did we get an impulse, right? So here's your consolidation. You could probably talk yourself into it. Looks like you need that. You might have that, right? So you might have a diag here into a 2, into a 3, into a 4, maybe. Let's see how it's a bit deep on the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's pretty squishy in there. So what would have me pause here on this? Well, let's keep an eye on the proposed one. Right now, we've proposed one. Pretty good impulse in the middle of it, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty decent, right? Again, no overlap. So I'm A, B, C. It's pretty sharp. Could be a 5. Right? It actually looks much like what we were just looking at. It looks like you could have 1. Oh fuck! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No reason not to think that. Why not? Right, because that's going to fuck up our count. Well, you got an alternate in here. Perhaps. Because it still doesn't overlap. Perhaps, right? It's kind of, it fits better. Then this is the 4, right? But in addition, right, I got a 5 here. And I begin and I end in 5s. I'm beginning something here. I don't want to be, I want to be ending something here. That doesn't fit. So where would the next trade opportunity be? I mean, per our method. I'm looking for something up here, right? But again, if you don't want to be a seller, there's the A, working on the B, coming down for the C, right? That's what you might, your first assumption would be, okay, where would we be looking for the 2? But that doesn't fit. So I mean, essentially, you're between a golden zone pocket, right? You're in the mix. So you'd have to, oh fuck, this would have to be here, 1, 1, looking for 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go up. One, 2. It fits better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little skinny 5. It flies because look how close that is. Up for the 5. 1, 2. So you're just waiting for that. That's what I would suggest. Wait for this to complete. Now we go. And you don't have to sit right here. Right? Look at that nice little shelf of support. Prior resistance, potentially support at the golden as it hits. See where the target is here from this one? So where's the trade? Right? It's the little pop up here and then the first retrace. Oh shit. Right there. That's where you can take it, but again, see, even if you get stopped out here, right? Again, it's not a career wrecker, unless you did something stupid, right? Massive leverage. 1, 2. Where remember, if they can't get it, oh fuck, they didn't get it, because there's liquidity there. Oh, they can't get it. Oh, that's a good sign. So now look at your risk reward here. Right? You put your stop down here. Well, look at the risk reward, and what are you going for here? Again, our purple belt, we're only going to let you trade that to build that habit. If that's 2, 3. You know what makes trading out here on 60 minutes and above so hard? Our natural impatience, right? You're going to sit through that? You're going to sit through that? Very hard to do. Which I think is the biggest challenge to Elliott Wave swing trading in general, right? If you're trading 60 minutes and above, I got to wait 2 weeks for that, maybe longer. So we get impatient. So what do? Oh fuck! I'll be careful about that liquidity here. Oh shit! Oh, I'll take it there. And what does it do? Oh, 1, 2. That might be the 1, 2, or the 3, and then we get the 3, right? And then you miss all of this because you were, oh fuck! I just wanted to take the profit. That's the hardest thing about swing trading is staying with it. Now, if you are disciplined about it, right? Your stop is down here. You could actually, well, shit, I can't get that. You could take your stop, I can get this, and move it up. So then it's a mental battle between, oh, but what if I give it back? Oh shit! Look how I was up. Oh, and I gave it back. Okay, so. But I had but this is what you're going for, right? See, if you don't get these, all the little shit, all the little stop outs, all the little, oh fuck, I didn't get an impulse, right? You need to get paid here. You're waiting for that. That's the whole reason you're swing trading, is to get the big kicker, the big 3. That's why you're doing it. But what makes it so hard is people get right here and go, oh fuck, I was up $300. I got to take that, or 3, whatever. This is a lot more than $300. And you need those to balance all the slop, all the times you're going to be wrong, because I guarantee you're going to be wrong more than you're right. Just like every other trader, you're going to be wrong more than you're right. So you need that's why we do that in the purple belt. So you build that discipline. So you're forced to do it. And if you're like, oh fuck, I can't do it, man. I can't stay. Well, then you get the 3 of the 3. right? The 3 of the 3. So at least you get the third. If you can't sit for the whole thing, right? Which I know I'm not saying it's not challenging. It is challenging. Oh, what about the liquidity here? They're going to run that. Well, what is that set up? The 4. They sweep the liquidity here. Oh, and then the 4 hits. Then, oh, fuck, I got to get out, right? And then oh, fuck, I can't stay with it, right? The whole time you had a simple target up here, and you probably had geometry here to help you with it. Go back to our original. If you just can't, if you just like it's against your nature, right? You can't just take a partial. If you're just like, oh, I got to bank something. Well, take a partial. Let something else run, right? Because this is what you were after the whole time. You worked through all of this to set that up, and then you're too impatient to let it run. Take the partial. But you got to hit that, or it'll be very hard to be profitable because you won't have the big win to offset all the little losers, right? The name of the game, right? Again, there's every trader who's not heard this, right? Little losers, little winners, right? But sooner or later, you got to have a big winner. What you cannot ever allow to happen, and you're doing it to yourself, is a big loser. You can't let it happen. It's in your control. Why do you let something turn to a big loser? Ego. Didn't want to be wrong. Couldn't take the stop. I'm too much of essentially what you're saying is I'm too much of a pussy to take a stop. So I'm going to let my trading career be cut short because I'm a pussy. I'm sorry to be that harsh with it, but that's the reality of what you're doing. I couldn't take a stop, so I let this turn into this. And now I'm fucked. Harsh words, but there's your reality. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it there. What am I at? Oh, look, holy shit. Am I right on time? 1:30? God, I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh, wait. Sorry. I got one more. This one, right? Came from X. Almost forgot. Look how nicely we're set up here. Well, no, this is, again, this is dog shit. Well, I shouldn't say that. This is a meme coin. I consider all meme coins dog shit. But, okay, right? That's just me being a smart ass. Is there any utility for this? No. Are people making money here? Sure. Is it going to be around in 5 years? Probably not. Dog with hat. If there's some use case here that I'm not aware of, okay, well, you can put it in the comments and tell me what an idiot I am. It's meme coins, right? They serve no purpose other than a gambling vehicle. People make money in Vegas too. People make money buying lottery tickets. It's, you want? What are you going to do there? Do I have 80% odds here? Yep, sure do. Impulse. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, fifth grader could get that. Is it a 5 followed by a 3? I don't know. Is that a 5 followed by a 3? Oh, well, they're going to get that liquidity for sure. For sure, they're definitely going to sweep that here. So I'm going to wait until that pivot breaks. Those odds are in play. So why would you bet? Why would you take the 20%? Oh, I know that's going to break. That's what you're doing. You're saying, I'm going to put my money on the 20%, not the 80%. Something to think about. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it. With that, thanks to all of you guys. The worst thing you can happen is a man who gambles to win. What? The worst thing that can happen is a man that gambles to win. That must be who quoted that, Charles Spurgeon. All right, well, rate out confirmed. Okay, so what did they do? A quarter? It's got to be a quarter. Given the market, Jesus. Look over here. God, that's a lot of volatility. Holy shit! Bring up a 5 minute on the NQ. Yes. Well, that's why you don't want to. This is not a great day to be trading anything. Look at that chart. Look at the fuck. Do I have it up here? Oh fuck! I don't think I did. Well, we look at gold. Let's see what Bitcoin's doing. It's the 10-year. Gold is up. This is one I'm kind of watching here. I'm a little heavy here off of the 1-2 idea. Well, I've got some option shit on here. That's Coinbase, right? So you're trading crypto, but again, you're not trading a meme coin, right? So You think if we're going to have a bull here, Coinbase is going to be bullish? Nice liquidity sweep. 1, 2. That's what I'm playing for. Right there. Big gap to fill. Where do I... Shit, hang on a second. Here's Bitcoin. Okay, all right, so we're looking for that 4. Now, this is... I'm going to save this for Friday, but we'll just take a peek here. This is a bit of a hopium kind of, oh, can I get this to be bullish? Because most Elliotticians are, oh, I've got a lot of shit on here. Most Elliotticians are looking at this going, oh, fuck, that, no way, that's an ABC. Because of the context. Let's go back here. This doesn't, wait a minute. 1, 2. Well, what's the one thing here that you can see, right? Elliott count aside. What do we have there? Golden corner. So, what do you want to play? Which side do you want to play on? 80 or 20? Serious question. Why would you assume that that's not going to get hit? Seriously, why are you assuming that that's not, that 80% is not going to be realized? I'm not being an asshole. I'm genuinely asking. Why are you assuming that? Now, when is this going to start to deteriorate? Right, we break down here because I can get an impulse in here. It's not pretty, but I can get a 5, 3, 5. There's a 3, and then there's another little 5 that finishes it. It's not what I wanted, right? I wanted a bigger kick. I wanted this to go higher. But okay, well, there we are. What do we run it? Well, we didn't quite make the golden, right? And the point of control is right there. So if we're retracing, what are we watching for? Right here. Well, you can see my alert right there. It's because I don't want that to break. Target up here. What do we have? Look what we have to get through, right? Ow. Ow. So you're sitting in a fib fight. Golden to golden. Welcome to the party, right? It happens every day on every time frame by the millions of times. I think somebody sent me a quote that Goldman Sachs does 10,000 trades a second. Guess what? That's who you're competing against. So you really want to go down to the, you know, get to the 1 minute in Bitcoin or the 30-second, right, and compete against them. The higher the time frame, right, less you're trading against the machines, which is why I would tell you for Elliott Wave 60 minutes and above, right? I know people don't like to hear that. But, oh, fuck, why? Because that means you got to wait, right? We were just talking about this. You got to wait so long to get rewarded. And people are impatient, right? Traders are impatient. I want to be rich now. Doesn't work that way, sadly. It's same here. Doesn't work that way. I got a little algo box here. And until we get out of this, we're going to go sideways. But I can assure you this, one side's going to break. Right? So what you can see where I'm forecasting it. Do I know this is coming? Of course not. But that's what I would like to see coming. Now, can we get up here and sweep that? Which would be just like sweeping this. What do we anticipate? Now, what do we know? What do we anticipate after a break of structure? Retrace. So I want this to complete. I'd love to see that. New all-time high. Who's going to plow in here on new all-time high? Retail. Just like retail plowed in right here. Don't be that guy. It's never worth it. You don't want to buy at all-time highs. Right? The only asset class you can get away with that is equities, right? Because there's earnings behind that. Here, What could that be, right? What you'd hope for is oh fuck, let me come here. Oh, that's black. That's why. We want to do this and then set up the retrace because that will complete the 5. That's what we're after. And then, just here, there's a quick way to do it. Where's the 50? You'd be looking for that to come back down after everybody here, after retail got sucked into a long. Where's the liquidity? If we go up here, where's the liquidity? Up here? I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it that way, right? That's a rhetorical question. Obviously, it's below. There's no more liquidity up here. Where are they going to get Where are they going to get your Bitcoin? Not up here. Down here. It's really drop dead that simple. Truly, right? Where are they going to get it? Where are they going to refuel? Not up here.